What's up guys, this is Raf and welcome back. Today we're looking at the Apple's latest flagship, which is the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Apple claims this is their most advanced smartphone ever, and judging by the hype, there's a lot to unpack here. This is also the first time that I've used the Pro Max. Even before, I always stick with the regular size iPhones, from iPhone 6 to the iPhone 11 to the 15 and to the 15 Pro, as they get the best value rather than, spending a lot for the Pro Max phones. But this time, iPhone 16 Pro Max tempted me. So I've been using this for weeks now, and here are my thoughts. So first, let's talk about the design. So this is the most beautiful iPhone ever in front. The bezels are thinner than ever, giving the display a nearly edge-to-edge look, and Apple calls it a borderless experience. And honestly, it feels like it. While its back part is still their old design, which is the triple camera layout design that they're using since the 11 series, which is a bummer, but that's just okay. It still feels and looks premium, and quality build is still superb. The 16 Pro Max is the biggest and heaviest iPhone so far, measuring about 163mm by 77.6mm by 8.25mm and weighing about 227 grams. As usual, it does have a titanium frame, which is a grade 5 now, with ceramic shield forming the front and rear surfaces. Apple claims it is 2 times tougher than the previous design, which means it is even more shatterproof. The back panel has a matte finish, which is pleasing to touch, and I really like the matte titanium finish of the frame too. At the left side, located its action button and its volume buttons. At the bottom part, it does have the USB Type-C port and its stereo speakers. At the right side, located the power button and the new camera control, while the top part only have the antenna bands. This phone is almost the same size of the S24 Ultra. At first, I find it odd using large iPhone like this one, since I mostly use only large Android phones and not large iPhones. It's not that packetable as well, and you need two hands to use it most of the time. I thought also we're going for buttonless iPhone, however, Apple seems keeps adding more buttons every year. It's clear that Apple focused on refining the Pro Max design rather than overhauling it. Playing safe is mostly their game, but give Apple a credit because this is the best looking iPhone so far. It does have the largest display on an iPhone so far, a 6.9-inch LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED with 120Hz ProMotion display. The screen has a resolution of 2868 by 1320 pixels. It does have also up to 2000 nits of brightness. It supports HDR, Dolby Vision, and True Tone. It does have a smaller dynamic island, plus with almost bezel-less display, makes it better viewing experience than the previous iPhones. Its outdoor visibility is good, and you can also use it even in direct sunlight. The color accuracy and HDR performance are top-notch, making this iPhone a dream for watching movies as well editing or even in gaming. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is an absolute beast. It is powered by the A18 Pro, which is a 3nm chip with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. I can confirm now that it's not getting hot as the 15 series are. And kudos to Apple for making an improvement on it, and it's one of my complaints before on its predecessor, and I'm glad it was addressed here. Of course, with the top tier chip, this iPhone is perfect for resource heavy tasks like gaming, 3D rendering, or even editing 4K footage on the go. Apple has added ray tracing support as well, which gamers will love as it delivers more realistic lighting and shadows in games. It does have a faster performance and better energy efficiency, and overall smoother operation. Multitasking is effortless thanks to the 8GB of RAM, which allows you to switch between multiple apps without a hiccup. Connectivity is future-proof as well with Wi-Fi 7 improved 5G speeds, making downloads and streaming faster than ever. This is powered by iOS 18, which does have one of the biggest redesign of iOS version, allowing for deep personalization options across the home screens, something which has been lacking on iOS through the years. Since it is iOS, expect it to be fast and fluid with its best-in-class animations. It does have Apple Intelligence now as well that gives you AI features on iPhones, and I'll talk more about it later. All iPhones will get at least 5 years of iOS updates, which has been an Apple thing for years. In short, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is a powerhouse that can handle anything you throw at it. Here are its benchmark scores. Here are its gaming performance. It does have a triple camera system with 48 megapixel main wide camera with an aperture of 1.8 and a 12 megapixel telephoto lens with an aperture of 2.8 with 5 times optical zoom, and the new 48 megapixel ultra wide camera with an aperture of 2.2. The cameras also have sensor shift OIS and a dual pixel PDAF. The 48 megapixel main sensor has been improved with better light capture, so low light photos are sharper and brighter. Night mode is faster and delivers more natural tones, even in tricky lighting. 5 times zooms really improves as well comparing to the 15 Pro. The ultra-wide lens has also been upgraded with better edge sharpness and reduced distortion. They have also this photographic style a la Lightroom editing or like an improved Instagram filters. For videos, you can have up to 4K ProRes recording at 120 FPS. You can also record log video for professional grade color grading. Cinematic mode has been refined as well, giving you more control over depth of field. It does have a 12 megapixel front camera with an aperture of 1.9 and video recording up to 4K 60 FPS. So let's talk about the camera control. Well, first, it's definitely a button, and it's not that good. I really tried using it, but it's more of a hassle, and many times I found myself using the on-screen button instead. You can use this on this big iPhone like the 16 Pro Max with one hand. Maybe on smaller iPhones it makes sense, but on these really bigger iPhones, it is really not. To use it, you can click it to launch the camera first. Double light press before the click lets you change the parameter being adjusted, while a single light press brings back the previous selected parameter. The available settings that you can adjust includes exposure compensation, the aperture, the zoom level, camera switching, photographic styles, and the tones. Here are some of its camera samples. Here are some of its video samples. If battery anxiety has ever been a problem for you, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will put those fears to rest. This is the best battery life I've ever experienced so far in a smartphone. It does have a 4685 milliamps battery inside, which is up to 6% increase in capacity compared with the 15 Pro Max. I was able to get a full 2 days battery life with 10 hours of screen on time with 20% of battery life left with always on display, and that's pretty amazing. Even on my current and old phones, this is the first time I was able to get that battery life. Since it is in USB Type-C, it got 45 watts fast charging. It supports wireless charging up to 25 watts as well, and it is hands down one of the battery kings of smartphones in 2024. For its other features, it does have an IP68 water and dust resistant, which is standard among flagships. It can handle dust and dirt well and survive a 30-minute bath in about 5 feet of water. It also does have a very good stereo speakers, which is the best of its class. Here is the sample of it. It does have this action button which you can customize for quick access on apps, and this replaces the mute switch last year. You can set it up to open camera, flashlight, or even opening an app. We also have AI now in iPhone, which is the Apple Intelligence. As of the moment, it is not complete and it is still in beta, though there are some useful things on it, like the writing tools, which helps you summarizing text, proofreading, and rewriting. And I think it is the most useful one as this can be used by students in their homeworks and schooling and by office workers as well. We also have now summarized notification which works on your phone notifications, in messaging app and mail app. I don't use the Apple Mail app and but it's useful on messaging apps and improves the iPhone messy notification. Cleanup tools in photos is also one of the most useful things in Apple Intelligence. It's like the magic eraser in Pixel, and it lets you remove objects, people, and other things on your photos. And it is really good when it works. Siri does have a new animation as well, but we don't have yet its improved version. There are other features that are still coming like image playground and gen emojis, which let people type or speak prompts to create a new photos and emoji, but those will be coming later. So, is the iPhone 16 Pro Max worth it? If you're coming from an older iPhone, like the 14 or below, the upgrades in performance, battery life, camera capabilities, and its beautiful bezel-less display make this a no-brainer. With the 15 series, like starting from 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max, it depends. 16 Pro Max is definitely better than its predecessor, as it improves all of its weaknesses. It fixes the overheating issue, it does a better performance, much better battery life, and improved camera. However, the main deciding factor I think would be its price because this costs a lot. Here in the Philippines, I was able to purchase this around 96,000 pesos, which translates to 1,700 USD, and that's a lot of money. While in the US, normally it costs around 1,200 for this base model. Well, if you wanted the best of the best iPhone and you do have a lot of budget, definitely the 16 Pro Max is one to get. And this the best iPhone since the 13 Pro Max. Other alternatives would be the iPhone 16 or the 16 Plus, as they have almost the same new features of the 16 Pro Max. So that's my review of the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So what are your thoughts? Is it worth the upgrade or are you holding out for something else? Drop your comments down below. So thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you soon. Peace out.